Hello YouTube, this is Billy. I'm continuing working on the crushed front end self-pull, and I've gotten far enough on getting it pulled out and getting the dimension the same. It might need to come down a little more, and I'll probably deal with that at some point, but the lower frame, in any event, the way that this thing was just completely smashed up, and I stood on it to kind of flatten it out some, and in any event, it needs to, in this position right there on the top side, with this bottom piece, needs to fit up inside here. So my plan is to get this top side exactly where it needs to be, tighten that down, and then I'll take a torch and start heating up this down here, and with a good thick pair of gloves, see if I can manhandle it and try to force it in upward motion in the direction of where it needs to go, and might even get a jack involved in helping get, try to shove it where it goes. And okay, I've got some heat going, and got the nut and bolt tightened, and this area right here, I'm heating this up right here so that I can push up over here and try to get this to cooperate. Okay, so heating up over here close to where the bolts bolt up to the bottom of the radiator support in a line right here. I heated that up like really hot. Got a floor jack with a board, and trying to force this thing back into the shape, or close to the shape that it needs to be in. Okay, there's that bracket back in its place in all its glory. Yeah, that thing was completely folded like a taco. Like, this end was all the way, it was all the way. First thing I did was I just forced it open and jumped up and down on it to flatten it out. And now whenever I tried to get it to go together, you saw earlier that it needed some massive movement. Actually, what I did is I used my little plate with the little loop welded on it. I used this as my little work table, and I just looked at the shapes, the molding, the shape of how it was originally molded, and I just did the best I could with a hammer. I was just literally just right here, using this as a work table with my hammer, just trying to tap it back into the shape that it looked like it was supposed to have been in. Doing that got me a lot of the way there. There was still some fun stuff trying to get it to go the rest of the way. I would put these two on a little bit to where they were on but loose, to where it could wiggle around. Kind of eyeball it and see exactly how it needed to move to accomplish getting back together, and then give it the shape that it looked like it was needing. And even still, it slowly got better and better with each attempt at it. And then the biggest help was the floor jack and the board, because with the floor jack and the board, I was able to help it the rest of the way. So I was able to get this one on pretty easy. After back and forth on trying to shape it to where it was going to accept this big bolt without it risking cross-threading. And actually what I did is when I felt like I got it pretty close, I took this one off. I took this nut off, and I did the big one first. That way I knew for sure I wouldn't cross-thread it. And I just, with the jack in this similar position, pushed up on it so that it would kind of push it until this fell into the hole. And once it fell in the hole, I put the nut on there, and I left it kind of loose a little bit. That way I could still manipulate it. To get this back one, basically the same thing. I just pushed up here with a floor jack and a board, and the more I pushed up, then the hole slowly lined up. So that mission would be accomplished. At least that's one more step in the process. This piece that comes up from the frame, that's actually part of the radiator support. See, it's got a big wrinkle in it, and you see the back side of it like that. I need to get that pulled up, and it needs to go up and back to get that wrinkle out of it. So that this top right here will get a hair taller whenever I get this wrinkle out of it. So I'm putting some real good heat on it, getting it real good and hot, and then I'll try to pull up on it and try to tap that wrinkle out. On this front side here, I've been tapping on it to tap it back into the shape you see it in now. It's just a little bit of a little at a time kind of process, but okay, well, good luck everybody. Bye.